Shabbat Shalom and Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Shabbat Shalom.
You all are my mishpachah. We belong to the one family. And I am so glad that Daniel and Sylvia set up for this year's this wonderful Hanukkah arrangements. And I don't have to travel all the way, sometimes to Oregon or the other state, because we have our local gathering here together. So I thank God. And also, I appreciate for Daniel and Sylvia invite me to speak before the audience on this year's Hanukkah party. It is my privilege and joy that the God of Israel has allowed me to speak before you on this glorious occasion of Hanukkah. The Hanukkah has a very unique meaning for each individual. And Hanukkah has not known to conventional church people because when we had our own Korean pastors meeting last Tuesday, we had our own Korean speaking Hanukkah party, and I taught the Hanukkah message, but a lot of Korean pastors are not familiar with that meeting. So I am so glad that most of you are very familiar. And I've been teaching the Torah at Torah Theological Seminary in Korean. I study Torah in English and Hebrew, but I should teach in Korean, so I'm very busy man. So it takes longer than what it used to be. But I am going to present you in English and some Hebrew. So the title of my message today is the Hanukkah and the months of Kislev. So we are the middle of the Hanukkah right now. We started on Thursday, Friday, Wednesday. So the fourth day of Hanukkah today. So every holiday has a name. Like I have my name, you have your name. So name is very important. Name represents the theme of the person or occasion. So every person called by name by somebody else. Like my name is Stephen Yungun Chun. My last name is Chun in Korean, but I do have also Chinese character, meaning the earth, Ha-Eretz. And my middle name, Yun-gun, has a very unique meaning. Yun means trustful. Gun means roots. So my name is a truthful root in the earth. I thank God that I belong to the Hebrew roots. That's the very truthful roots of faith. So we are going to enjoy today thinking about the Hanukkah and also the theme of the Hanukkah. Moedim has its theme. Every God's festival has a specific purpose, specific theme to train the child of God and let them understand the work of Yeshua. Like a Pesach is a Passover, and Shavuot is the giving of the Torah. That's a theme. And Sukkot has a theme because it means the booth. So we're living in the temporary dwelling place. That's the theme. But what is the theme of the Hanukkah? As I see the screen here, because sometimes you might you might not understand clearly what I'm talking about. So it will say more clearly on the screen that it means that freedom rests from the big war against the Greek Syrian army. So they took a rest on this day. So it was the 25th day of month of Kislev. So the name of Chanukah itself contains the many hints to deeper meaning of this festival. So every word made up with the letters. And those letters are DNA of the word. The first letter of the word is most powerful letter of the word. Within that first letter, it has entire theme of the word. Like if you see every week Torah portion, there's a meaning. And the Torah portion starts some word. And the first word is very important. Based upon this, we can say that first letter of Chanukah is Ket. It's hard to pronounce for me, that word. The Ket says the entire theme of Chanukah. So every letters of the Torah has also numerical value. We call gematria. So the word itself carries the numbers, but numbers say something. So every letter of the Torah not only have the numbers, but also it has the meanings. So every letter of the Torah also has a graphic design. When I see some pictures on my presentation, somebody designed. It's a graphic design. So every alphabet, aleph tav, of the Hebrew language has the meaning and the gematria and graphic design. So I apply those three rules on my study and teach of the Torah by using what is the number of this word and what is the meaning of this word and what is the graphic design of this word. So God hid some great meanings behind His language. I believe the Hebrew language is a very, very unique because it's a kingdom language. It is the language of Holy Word. So God has very miraculously create that language to us, and He hide a lot of meanings in beside and underneath of the word. So we have to find all of these three levels of the theme of the Chanukah. So what's the gematria of the Chanukah? What's the meaning of the Chanukah? And what is the graphic design of the Chanukah? So number one is gematria of the letter Het. The gematria of the Ket, the first word of Chanukah, has 8. Why we celebrate the Chanukah for 8 days? It is very, we think it is very coincidence, but it is not. So God planned in His way, put the first letter, 8th letter of the Ket in front of Chanukah. So we celebrating Chanukah for 8 days, and we kindle 8 candles. So first letter has already entire theme of Chanukah. And also, what is the 8th commandment of the Torah? In Hebrew says, "Lo, take notes, you shall not steal." The cat has meaning of like a fence to protect something. So do not steal means that do not go over the fence. It has a meaning. That's eighth commandment. So, and also secondly, what is the meaning of the cat? In Hebrew, it means the karut. It's like a freedom. And the freedom from the Greek Syrians' oppression who want to Hellenize. And also because of the great victory over Greek Syrian army, the people of Israel was very, very fearful. So they began to fear God. And their occupation again to the temple brought them to believe God is great and God is holy God and God wants to His temple keep holy. So this letter has all kinds of this meaning. So let me explain to you what is the graphic design of letter Ket, the first letter of Hanukkah. Number one, on the right side is a bob. And secondly, is a Zion. And thirdly, it's like a camel's hump. What is the connection between those bob and Zion? And heading toward the heaven. So whenever you go to Jewish wedding, the wedding ceremonies always take place underneath of there's a wedding canopy we call huppah. So letter Ket has a design, graphic design exactly like the wedding canopy. So huppah. So on the right side, man is standing here, and left side, woman standing here. They united together underneath the huppah, so the marriage has a consummation under the huppah. Without it, you're not going to have a marriage consummation. So it is very interesting letter. So also, we are known that the festival of Hanukkah is talking about a miracle. Miracle of the 8 candles, miracle of the winning the war against the Syrian army. So we have 3 miracles here. So number one, winning the war on the 24th day of Kislev. And on the 25th of the Kislev next day, they found little jar of the oil. So winning the war, the victory was the first miracle. And they found the little jar of the oil next day is a second miracle. And not only that, the one little jar of oil lasts 8 days.
Amen.
That's a third miracle. So letter Ket has 3 components. So they are experiencing 3 miracles. The victory of the war, finding the one bottle of oil, and lasting 8 days of the Hanukkah oil. Those are the 3 miracles in Hanukkah. Here is another level of understanding by studying the meaning of Hanukkah through the eyes of the Hebraic understanding. On the 24th day of victory represent the 24 letters of Hebrew alphabet. Baruch Shem Kevod Malhuto Leolam Ba'eh. Those are the 24 letters. On the 25th day of the Kislev, they found the one jar of oil. So that represented Shema, Israel, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad. That part consists of 25 letters of Hebrew alphabet. On the 26th day of the miracle, what I mean is it lasts 8 days. It's representing the tetragrammaton. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. So Yod has a 10 numerical value, and a Hey has 5, Vav has a 6, and the Hey has another 5, so total 26. So we understand that all these three concepts of miracles correlate each other upon the word of the Chanukah. So we are talking about even the first letter of the cat right now. So these three types of miracles are found in the graphic design of the letterhead, because the cat consists of 3 letters. So we can correlate to the 3 miracles. And let me examine again. On the right side of the letter Bob, it has the numerical value of number 6. So it represented the 6 days of nature. We work 6 days. On 7th day, we take a rest. So this Bob represented the Maccabee work hard in order to win the world. I believe this is a total God's miracle. But we have to do something. So God has assigned us to work for 6 days. You have to work. You have to make money for living. You have to contact the person. When we have this kind of occasion, we need to contact the others to come over here. We don't just wait until God do everything. So you and me have to work hard for 6 days. So it means the Bob. So it's a part of creation, but above nature. It ceased to work, winning the world, but above the winning the world. And very interesting to find the bottle of oil. Suppose they don't find any drops of oil. I don't know whether that happened, that miracle at that time. But God preserved one bottle of oil. So it is wondrous. God allowed us to see the oil. So 25th day of oil finding, 25 letters of Shema has some meaning. So on the 25th day, we concentrate on the Shema, because the God is one. God is Echad. God wants us to understand His nature. So in Hebrew word Echad consists of 3 letters: Aleph, Ket, and Dalet. So Aleph is number 1, is creator of universe, and the head has numerical value of 8. In Hebrew word, there's 7 heavens and 1 world. And also Dalet has a 4 numerical value, so 4 corners of universe. So whenever we start worship, we do Shema. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Al Marutu Leolam Bayeh. So in that our expression of faith, we connect the Chanukah every day of the year. So also on the 26th day, this last take oil another 7 more days. So the letter is like, the sign is like the arrows is pointing upward to God. So it is beyond the 6 days, it's beyond the nature, beyond the Shabbat, the level of truly miraculous events. So oil lamp lasts for 8 days. This alludes total miracle by God, Yohed by 8, 26 numerical value. So we are examining the meaning of the name of the Chanukah and the meaning underneath of the letter of the Chanukah. So one of the months of the Kislev. As you see, Kislev is the 9th month of the Hebrew calendar. And I believe that in the month of Kislev, we are celebrating the Chanukah on the 25th day. And I believe that is not by chance. If you look at it, all the Torah portion of the month of Kislev is all about dreams. Joseph's dream, Pharaoh's dream, cupbearer's dream, and wine servant dreams. So in the Torah portion read during the month of Kislev, we find the most of the dreams mentioned in the Torah. Throughout the 5 books of the Torah, we find 10 explicit dreams, dreamed by 7 dreamers. Or in the book of Genesis, the 9 dreams appear in Torah portion by Echem and by Shev, and today's Torah portion begins. All read during the month of Kislev. Why God puts all dreams of the Torah portion in the month of Kislev?